it going, guys?
We're back with another video. Today we're going to be answering common interracial misconceptions about interracial couples. So I have a few questions here that we're going to be answering. My name is Danica.
I'm Miguel.
We've been married for 3 years. We met online. And we're going to tell you guys our experience with being an interracial couple and some of the stuff that we've gone through. So number one, the common misconception is we don't like dating outside of our race. Or you don't like dating inside your race, which means I don't like black men and he doesn't like
Hispanic women
or Mexican women. For me, that's not true. I've dated black men, white men, Hispanic men. I just happened to marry a Hispanic man, so, but it doesn't mean that I don't like black men. It's not like that. It's just you end up with who you end up with, you know, and race is not that important to where it has to be one specific color.
Yeah, I had the same take. I'm just very diverse, so just to me it's just not even like a thing that crossed my mind. It was just, I mean, you like someone and you just go based on that, not based on race or any other thing. So yeah, I dated Hispanic women throughout my past.
And you shouldn't just assume that because you see an interracial couple that they don't like their own race. That's not necessarily the case. It's very judgmental too. So, okay, next. What about the children? Some people think, how are the kids going to deal with being biracial? It's going to cause issues for them. With our daughter, I don't feel like it causes issues. I mean, she's going to know both of her, I guess, races, ethnicities. But I don't feel like it'll be necessarily a problem for her.
I just think it's just more common nowadays to see that it'll be just like a normal thing, and it should be just a normal thing, because we're just, at the end of the day, we're just two people, you know? So just everyone has different backgrounds. Even if you're from the same race, you still have different upbringing, so, you know, the same thing with that.
Right, and you just educate your kids on race and ethnicity and make sure they know and raise them to be proud of both. Okay. What did your family think?
Well, my family doesn't care. I mean,
Or did you think that they would care when you bought the
no, because my sister started it, and my brother, his son is half Russian and Mexican, and my other nephews from my sister they're half black and Mexican. So I knew it was not going to be an issue at all because we were already been submerged in it. So we're just very open with everybody. So I didn't see having an issue with it.
And yeah, and I didn't date a lot, but the few times I did date, there was black, there was white, there was Hispanic. So my family kind of expected it. It wasn't like a big surprise, and they don't really care about things like that. They're not really we're not really race conscious in my family, so it wasn't like a big deal. You bring home who you bring home. If you love them, if you like them, and they're good people, that's all that really matters. Okay, do people stare at you or at us?
I think my first time when I went down there to the south,
I'm from Louisiana.
I felt very uncomfortable because I felt like everyone was looking at us, and I just I was used to it in California, but I felt like maybe I was just in my head. I was just thinking that down there they're not that open about that stuff, so it was on the back of my mind the whole time. So I didn't really get to enjoy my trip when I went out.
We talked about that in the last video. I mean, people stare everywhere. I mean, I don't feel like people were staring at us. I do feel like now that we have our daughter, people might look at us more just to kind of see what we created or how we look together. So we do get more looks. Also, my daughter is very light skinned, so I feel like if he's with her, he doesn't get as many looks as I might get. Like I've gotten asked, I'll show pictures of my daughter at work or to different people at church, and my husband's not there, and they'll say, oh, is her dad white, or he must be really light skinned, or, you know, I'll just get different looks. And, you know, but for me, I think it's harder for a man with a different skin tone child, because people can question, was the mom faithful? For me, I know where she came from. I have the scars to prove it. I have the traumatic experience to prove that. I mean, she's my daughter, so it doesn't bother me. People ask questions, and she just came out really light, and it is what it is. It doesn't bother me. What is our race? So I'm African American.
Mexican, some European. I found out a couple years ago, so.
I think we're all a bunch of different things mixed together. But, and our daughter would be African American and Mexican. And do we interact with other interracial couples? One of my good friends actually that I met online, I met him online and I met a friend online. She's African American, her husband is white, and they're friends of ours. Other than that?
Back home you have.
Back in Louisiana I have a few, my parents have a couple of friends that are interracial. I have friends that are interracial. So for me it's never been a really big deal. I have Hispanic friends that marry black men. White women that married black men. My parents have friends that mixed. So for us, it's never been a really big deal for me because I've seen it my whole life, and my parents have friends like that. I have friends like that. Do you have?
I do, but it's like, yeah, but it's not like people that interact with us, like, I mean, so I do have that in my circle. It's just that, we don't interact. It's like people from work or friends that live a little bit further away. So I do have them, but it's just we don't interact that much.
Okay, last question. Have we experienced racism as a result of being together?
I can't say I've seen looks, but I don't think that would probably define as being racist.
No. I haven't experienced racism back in Louisiana being with him. We were just dating at the time. I think we experienced more racism when I got pregnant here in California. It's common knowledge that in this country, black women don't get the best care. We have the highest mortality rate, and I felt like when we went to the hospital, we had a really high-risk pregnancy, so we went to the hospital quite often just for contractions and different things that were going on. And I did have a few bad experiences with doctors, just inappropriate questions. Like one doctor asked me the same baby daddy, because he asked me if this was my first pregnancy. It was my second pregnancy. I had a miscarriage before. We were 6 months along with this pregnancy, and I wasn't there for miscarriage. I was there for blackouts and low blood pressure. And he asked the same baby daddy, which I thought was rude, and the language he used, I didn't appreciate it. Also, the nurses can be very condescending, and they kind of blow you off. And I do believe that has to do with your race. And then my husband, being Mexican, he's got tattoos. I think people look at you and
make assumptions.
They just judge you based on your race, how you look. So I guess that was the most racist experience I guess we've had just during pregnancy. Other than that, not really. And I assume people are looking at us because our daughter is so cute. So
please go with that.
Yeah. But okay, guys, we hope you guys enjoyed this video. You kind of can get to know us a little bit better. So please like, share, and subscribe for more videos, and we'll see you next time.